name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. With game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Notero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer. Sitting here with a good friend of mine, the Big Skipper. Good morning, Skip. How are you, pal?
Good morning, Steve. Just running ragged, buddy. Very, very busy.
Yeah, you're looking good. You seem focused. Haven't heard a cough out of your booth in about 10 days.
No, I'm feeling great, man. No, the breathing treatments worked fine. I'm breathing.
Focused on this new money. Well, you know what I figured, here's what I say. I put the Christmas tree away. The Christmas lights came down. Time to focus on 2017 and get the fucking job done.
When the Christmas lights come down, don't forget to still mess with the crown.
I like that.
You still got to
bring the lights down. Well, fuck, I had to drink the crown to pull the lights down. I tell you that right now. Yeah, exactly. It was a festive situation.
Exactly.
But got the tree put away. Everything's all cleaned up. My mind's on my money. My money's on my mind. Couldn't be more focused time of the year. Got all the company parties over with. Took you guys, of course you won the contest. We took everybody out to Benihana's, by the way. I don't know if that was a scene from Wolf of Wall Street or that was actually our office that night, huh?
Pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, everybody made money. We had a good time. It was safe. No one got in any trouble. No harm.
Nothing unusual. I mean, which contest don't I win?
Well, I'm just saying, Bottom line is the parties and celebrations are over, and it feels good to be back in the office. I'm giving meetings again every day, motivating people, inspiring people, but most of all, teaching them how to box and close. You can be motivated as you want. You can be inspired to make millions of dollars, but if you don't know how to sell, doesn't mean a fucking thing.
You're damn right about that.
You got to have sales skills. You got to know what you're doing, and my job is to teach people how to be a master closer.
The holidays are behind us. However, it is still Christmas in the sports books.
Oh, buddy, we're still getting, there's gifts given out every single day.
Yeah. Santa Claus is in the sports book 365 around here.
Well, at VIP Sports. Sportsbook is also taking plenty of people's money and taking people down.
Right.
We'll speak about that as well. As you know, Sportsbook took a big fucking hit over the weekend.
God, they got
we'll talk about that in a little bit. We got some celebrity boxing on our plate. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, podcast 104.
Wow, 104.
Bring the money in the door. I don't know what else to tell you.
104, she's a dirty whore.
I love that. I was going to say it, but I was trying to stay focused this season.
104. The only number 4 I know is Brett Favre, number 4.
He's probably the best that's ever done it. He's sitting there acting like he likes. Do you think that he's being honest when he says that he likes Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Well, how though? He didn't like him. When he left the team, homeboy was there. He didn't support him. He basically pissed and shit on him and went and ate Lortabs and hid in his log cabin for about 3-4 years.
Well, he's looking over the overall situation, the teams that are left in the playoffs, and he's got a bias obviously to Green Bay,
right?
And he feels like they've been on fire, they're hot, they look good, and he says, yeah, I think they got a chance to go to the big game.
I think a little bit different.
I think he's being sincere about it.
Is he? Well, he's sincere about the team. I don't think he gives a fuck about Rodgers. January 12th, to be exact, 2016, and you might want to mark that day on your calendar because today's the day that you can call us and start making more money betting sports than any other investment or anything else you could possibly do. I don't care if you thought about selling drugs, if you thought about getting, what was Martha Stewart arrested for? Inside trading.
Insider stock trading.
You couldn't do inside stock trading and make more than we do betting sports.
No.
Like I said, we're breaking the books every single day. I think you should as well. Anyway, Skip, welcome back to the VIP Sports Podcast. Before we get into the show today, Skipper, you want to tell the viewers how to get a hold of us, how to follow us, where they can catch us, if they're in the mood to start making money, whether they're winning on their own, whether they're virgins, they never bet before, and they're just looking for a second income. Whatever the case is, we're like BASF. All we do is make you better.
That's right. If you're a virgin to our podcast, basically what we do is we bet sports for a living. We're professional sports bettors here in Las Vegas, and he's the #1 sports bettor, the most feared sports bettor in the country, Steve motherfucking Stevens. He's got more money behind him than anybody in the business.
Well, I mean, we post up six-figure tickets. I mean, if we want to, we could post six-figure tickets every day. I'm not looking for those boys to be on our back again, but we release enough to let them know who the fuck is who talks the talk, and who walks the walks, versus some idiot fucking East Coast guy, not to be rude, advertising on Scores and Odds about early bird gets the worm. Motherfucker never made a bet in his life.
I got
a early bird worm he can get. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to get crazy.
A couple of worms.
It's just my mind's on business right now, and we're in a business that's 9 out of 10 people are full of shit, and so people wonder, how do I know who's real? Number one, everyone's a telephone tough guy. Everybody's a millionaire. Everybody's hitting 80%. The main thing is, if you want to know the company's real, check and see if they're licensed and bonded with the state of Nevada. See if they have a $50,000 bond to sports consult. If they have a $50,000 bond to do telemarketing. There's about 3 of them across the country. You know what I mean?
I do.
All right. Sorry to cut you off, but like I said, know who you're dealing with. You want to get a hold of us? Sorry, Skip. Go ahead and tell them how.
Just give us a call. If you want to get a hold of us, we consult sports bettors. If you've never bet before and you're looking to get into the business, you're looking for a second income, or if you're presently betting sports and you're just looking to add to your arsenal, give us a call at 877-220-6540. That's the easiest, safest way to get a hold of us, and it's the only way to know that you're actually talking to us. Because
a lot of imitators, a lot of imposters out there. As soon as someone follows us on Twitter or a client goes on there and comments, they instantly get stalked. They get harassed by every service in the world, because when you are number one, and I'm proud to be number one, I'm willing to take the shit that comes along with being number one. You don't see me crying like a bitch. We've had plenty of stalkers that we've had to arrest and put restraining orders on, but you know, at the end of the day, it comes with the territory. However, you got to be very careful. You don't want to write any comments on there when you're following us. Just be prepared to know that there's imposters acting like they're us, people talking shit, guys making fake Twitter accounts with Skipper's picture on it, with my picture on it, saying that it's Steve Stevens. If you want to know it's us, he hit it right on the head. Get a hold of us.
Easiest thing to do is get a hold of us. Give us a call, 877-220-6540. We promote the legalization of sports betting all over America, which, by the way, is right around the corner, folks.
Shout out to Donald Trump.
It truly is right around the corner. It'll be here before you know it.
And after all, we're the ones that tell you who to bet. In other words, we're not a bookie. We're bookie killers.
Correct.
We get the information, no different than a stockbroker. We're selling information. We're selling tips. However, we can make you a hell of a lot more money than 10% in a fucking year. Skip, would it be fair to say that you had clients in your book last week make 400, 500% on their money in 1 week? Yes or no?
Yeah, I can tell you this. I have precious metals dealers. I have commodities brokers. I got stock brokers. I got hedge fund managers. I have real estate tycoons. I got celebrities. I have all walks of life of clients, Steve. I have right down to the guy that's betting $200 a game, up to the guy that bets $50,000 a game.
We'll cater to whatever your situation is. If you're crawling, listen, you got to crawl before you walk and walk before you run. If you want to get started, like I said, you start with a little $500 investment, $250 for us for 7 days, maybe $250 for the book to get going, start small. Whatever the case is, we'll cater to you for sure. You can follow us on Twitter at VIP Sports LV, Facebook, Instagram. Like I said, VIP Sports LV. You can direct message us with any comments. As you know, we read your comments. We love them. However, it comes a price when you put something in, huh?
Well, if you go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com, you'll also see that's our website. We have packages on there for all shapes and sizes of sports bettors. There's a place on there where you can enter your phone number. If you want a free pick, you want to test the waters out, you can give me a call personally, or you can go straight to the website, VIPSportsLasVegas.com.
I love it. I love it. And like I said, Skip, before we get into the show, I personally want to give a shout out once again to all of our military heroes that are listening to the VIP Sports Podcast.
Amen,
around the world on the Armed Force Radio Network. Once again, one of our top sponsors, Armed Force Radio Network. We love you. You were one of the first sponsors to come, to us with something special. And in return, we give you guys everything we got. Thank you for keeping our country safe. We salute each and every one of you guys. While you're keeping us safe, we entertain you, talk shit, and make your bank account just a little bit fatter than when you left and got deployed. You know what I mean?
I do know. We're on the Armed Forces Radio Network every Friday at 11:30 in the morning Pacific time, and every Monday twice a day, 6 in the morning, 6 in the evening Pacific times.
Armed Force Radio Network, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, and Monday, 6 a.m. 6 Pacific. I love giving out shots to our sponsors. We're pleased to welcome a new sponsor, Skip, to the VIP Sports Podcast.
Yes, we are.
Paperhead's in the house. Shout out to Paperhead. For those sharp sports bettors wanting to make more cash, manage your players, and start business with PayPal, or should I say, Paperhead.com. PayPal's probably how you send them some fucking money, huh? Start your business with paperhead.com. Start making real money with the best sports management software in the business. Paperhead is secure, user-friendly, and built with exclusive tools to maximize your profits quickly and easily. Track lines from every professional and college sport league and get access to 24-hour support staff every day of the year. So if you're like Steve Stevens and you bet big and live larger, you can become your own boss with Paperhead. Paperhead.com. Try it for free. If you want to try it for free, go to paperhead.com and get your piece of the billion-dollar industry. Like I said, sounds like they're getting a piece. I'm getting mine. They might as well get theirs.
They're getting ahead at Paperhead.
Paperhead is where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. Check them out. And if you're watching or listening to the podcast and you own a small business and you'd like to work with VIP Sports or you're interested in becoming a sponsor, you can contact our ad sales team at advertisingvipsportslasvegas.com. Once again, shout out to Armed Force Radio Network. Shout out to Paperhead. We love you guys. Moving on. You ready to get into the show, Skip?
Oh, hell yeah.
We got a great show for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said, why don't we just start off the show talking about some simple stuff like we were talking about celebrity boxing. We've had a little static a couple doors down here for the last couple days.
Yes, we have.
Come to find out, it's the number one, even though me and you aren't into it, it's the number one social media story across the world right now.
Well, just in case people are not really clear on what he just said, or if you don't know us that well and it's your first time you're listening to the podcast.
My personal good friend of 15 years, who I brought to this complex to open up Floyd Mayweather boxing gym. Go ahead.
Correct. We're right here in Chinatown in Las Vegas. Right next door, Floyd Mayweather's gym, good friend of the boss's.
And yours.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., champion, shout out, champion of the world. Just so happens his gym is right next door.
He's gave you a couple front row tickets. You wouldn't consider that him being your friend?
Of course
he didn't give them to me, he gave them to you.
I said he's a very good friend of yours. He's a friend of mine. You're a lot closer to him than I am.
We're family, bottom line.
We're all family. Right next door, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s gym, the champion of the world.
Representing Soldier Boy out of the Mayweather corner.
There's been a lot of buzz going on next door, a lot of news, crazy shit. I've seen some different people coming in.
Oh, well, Skip, Skip's a good old boy. He's seeing Rolls Royces and all sorts of TMZ and cameras out here flipping out, thinking they're coming here to interview the big skipper. Find out they're right next door. Money Mayweather, as you know, the celebrity boxing. Chris Brown against Soldier Boy. I guess Soldier Boy liked one of Chris Brown girls' thing on Twitter or Instagram, which I thought everybody does anyway. It is what it is. Former heavy champion Mike Tyson is now going to get involved with Chris Brown's side of it.
You mean Mike Tyson getting involved now?
Tyson's going to get involved. He's going to be on the Chris Brown side of it. As you know, Floyd Money Mayweather's promoting the whole thing. Shout out to TMT Promotions. Floyd, wherever there's money, you're there, and I love it. Floyd's like, fuck it, I'll promote the whole thing. You guys want to scrap? Call me. We can do it on pay-per-view.
So Mike Tyson is getting in the corner of Chris Brown.
Chris Brown to help him out, see what he can do.
He's going to train Chris Brown.
Yeah, and Floyd's going to train Soldier Boy.
Floyd's helping to train Soldier Boy.
Yeah, I said.
And he's also going to promote the fight.
Well, without any shadow of a doubt, Floyd's looking to get money. He's not looking to go promote somebody for nothing. Floyd will be handling all the promotion for the celebrity fight, which now they're talking about is going to be held in Dubai.
Well, hell, why not?
Fuck, you know how much money's in Dubai and the connections Floyd has out there? Floyd could probably get paid $20 million or more up front just for bringing that there.
Celebrity fight in Dubai, Chris Brown and Soldier Boy.
The bout had originally planned to be held in the States, but various rules and regulations made it nearly impossible, including mandatory drug testing. I don't understand why it would be a sanctioned bout anyway. That confuses me. They say it would have to be drug testing, which you can imagine neither one of them then would pass. But at the same time, if it's celebrity boxing, why would there have to be any drug testing?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's celebrity. It's for entertainment purposes only. I wouldn't give a fuck if someone wanted to do steroids. They were willing to hurt their body to win that fight. They were looking to go all out. Love their attitude. Love their fucking their winning capability. Do whatever it takes to win, huh?
So I guess
blood, sweat, and fucking tears where I'm from. Do whatever it takes to get the job done.
I guess if you're going to get in the ring and you're going to fight for money in the state of Nevada, I mean, Nevada wants their piece.
My thoughts on it, I don't fucking know. Chris Brown seems like he's in more shape. He'd probably win. I'm not here to call sides. I'm not a bitch. That's for women to talk about as far as two guys, rappers, and
well, let them duke it out.
Singing.
We'll see what'll happen.
Let them duke it out. Chris Brown, I say, gets the job done if they ever do. I've seen more promotion than I've seen training. You know, I've got an inside source on this. I've seen a hell of a lot more promoting than I've seen training. I don't think neither one of them are training. I think it's for promotion. And I think if they do get together to fight, Floyd's going to make a couple dollars off it. It should be fantastic. However, one thing that they're going to need to do is they're going to need to add a little whiteness to the card. What they're going to need to do is have like Bradley Cooper fight Brad Pitt, or they're going to have to bring back Tommy Lee to fight Kid Rock. Because if you remember, Howard Stern started celebrity boxing. So, I mean, with the idea Howard Stern had with Floyd Mayweather's connections of promoting and owning now and being the new Don King and the new De La Hoya Promotions, I mean, Floyd is the #1 promoter now.
Well, there's a lot of matchups you could put together.
Well, like I said, you don't want to just have an all-hood bout because you're just going to have one ghetto-ass party in Dubai or whatever the case is.
Charlie Sheen versus one of the chicks that he polluted.
Motherfucker, if you can, I was just going to say, if you could get someone to fight Charlie Sheen,
Right.
you've got to be the sickest, money-hungry motherfucker in the world. I'm not fighting Charlie Sheen for $10 billion.
No, Charlie Sheen against one of the girls that he polluted.
Someone that already has the AIDS.
Yeah, one of the girls that he infested.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go head up with one of these girls.
You know, there's a lot of chicks out there that want to beat his ass.
Oh, yeah. Charlie probably is paying off and gave at least 4 or 5 girls the package.
Yeah.
Which is fucking terrible.
So
yeah.
one of his pissed off hoes that he gave the the virus to.
So Charlie Sheen.
And Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got about going off main attraction, Soldier Boy Chris Brown. On the undercard, you got Kid Rock and Tommy Lee. And just signed on to fight is who?
Charlie Sheen and one of the girls that he infested.
This will be a taped-off event. Plastic will be wrapped around the ring for any type of blood or any type of mess. So that way you don't, I'm not looking to go to a fight, sit front row and die, Skip.
No, you definitely got to put up a plastic shield up over the ring.
Like I was loving Tommy Morrison when he came out. You know what I mean? He was banging. Seen him on Rocky. He was a champion. When I heard he had HIV, you couldn't catch me going to his fight ever again.
You don't want to be near the front, that's for
No,
sure.
and who the fuck is the guys fighting him? That's what I mean. Shout out to all those women out there in L.A. who still suck and fuck Magic Johnson's dick knowing damn well he's had AIDS for fucking 20 years.
Wow.
Because you know what? You got to be a prostitute that's a go-getter. And I personally know from back in the day, 4 or 5 girls that were around Magic and handling the business, sucking and fucking.
You got to be pretty hungry for the cum when you're sucking an infested cock.
Hashtag dirty cock must be a big fucking price. What do you girls out there and to you guys out there, what do you cost your life as a prostitute? Knowing that Magic Johnson comes to your town, he's got HIV, he wants you to suck his cock, offers you $4,000.
Where do you put the value at?
Yeah, like where's your value? I mean, like I said, you got to be careful whose cock you suck because not every cock will take you to the top. Every now and then you'll get a Grim Reaper dick that'll put you 6 feet under.
Ooh.
You got to be careful with, ladies, be careful of the cock. Not every cock that you get is the right one. Hashtag choose the correct cock.
Yes.
That's all I can tell you, ladies.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't want to end up with something in your mouth growing like a cauliflower ear. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
So stay focused, put a rubber on it, clean it up. And, you know, I can't be mad at him for wanting the money, but it takes a certain toot to suck a cock of a guy that has HIV. It takes a certain girl to still fuck Charlie Sheen knowing what he has. It takes a certain girl to still fuck Magic knowing that he's went through some things.
Yeah. Put a little bit higher value on your pussy.
Yeah, definitely, especially if the client has HIV.
Yeah, you might
want to get 6 figures up front, put some gloves on,
Yeah.
tape his cock up with saran wrap, put 3 rubbers on it, and then maybe see if you can get him to blast.
Still not then. You might want to move on.
I'm just keeping it real. I'm from the streets. Skip, there's girls out there sucking his cock with no rubber.
Oh, God.
You understand that, right? Magic, too.
You might want to move on to another penis.
Yeah, I will. The penis that the sports books got right up their fucking ass over this weekend.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vegas sports books, I don't know if anybody knows. Now, speaking of this, I don't know what got hit harder. My new 4-foot bong that I just got at my house, or the sports books on that Clemson game, or what'd you say, the winds and the rain from...
Or the flooding in Northern California.
How about the winds in Colorado, 100 miles an hour?
Or the 2.5 feet of snow up in Reno.
Yeah, so we don't know. Well, that's not that hard. I don't know what got hit harder. Denver, Trinidad, Colorado, with 100-mile-an-hour winds where cars were rolling over.
Wow.
My bong, with that Steve Stevens Master Closer Cush that I had on my day off yesterday, Optimode.
Or the Nevada Sportsbooks.
Or the Nevada Sportsbooks. And this occasion, Skip, the answer is...
Your bong.
Fuck off. Wrong answer.
Probably.
I told you 2017, I'm getting more aggressive.
Probably A.
Without any shadow of a doubt, the Vegas Sportsbooks. More money was bet on Monday's Classic. I don't know if I'd say classic. I'd have to say great game. Would you label it? It was a classic.
It was another great game.
It's got to go down as a classic. It was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game. A rematch between Alabama and Clemson for the national championship.
Yeah, we didn't make it this year. Last year we went to the game. Clemson and Alabama. William Hill, Nevada Sportsbook, more than ever, got hit probably hard. A lot of these sports books got absolutely clowned by this one game, Skip. Basically, there was more money bet on this college game than any other game all year long.
They're saying there was between $15 and $20 million legally wagered in the Nevada sports books on that one game.
I just got to say something.
That's a record.
Ladies and gentlemen, and Donald Trump, you're the main motherfucker that's got to hear this stat. Bookmakers estimate 15 to 20 million bets statewide in Nevada only. How much fucking money do you think that offshore was bet, Skip?
Hundreds of millions.
Hundreds of millions of dollars were bet on these.
Just on just on that one game, Steve.
On one game alone, okay, great. 15 to 20 million was bet in Nevada.
Legally.
Hundreds of millions are being bet with local bookies and offshore accounts.
Yes.
So, like I said, Donald, make sports betting legal in New York, make it legal in New Jersey, make it legal in California,
Texas,
make it legal in Florida,
Texas,
and make it legal in Texas.
Louisiana,
That's just those
Illinois.
fives to start. Yeah. And let these motherfuckers, you think medical marijuana is giving you tax breaks and making new schools better and building new roads and building new public buildings. Wait till you think sports betting.
There was hundreds of millions of dollars in action being...
And it makes me fucking sick. Going out of the country.
All that money's being wagered outside the United States, Donald.
You're worried about...
On one game.
You're worried about building a wall to keep a couple Mexicans coming over from trying to work and do jobs?
Yeah.
What about the $200 fucking million that was bet on Clemson and Alabama that you didn't get taxed and get none of it?
Way more than $200 million.
Hundreds and hundreds of fucking millions of dollars.
One game.
Answer that for me. So do me a favor. Make gambling legal and get it done quick.
Yeah. You want to build a wall? Build a couple sports books.
Yeah, that's a fucking fact. You're looking for money for the wall? You don't have to worry about it. Make sports betting legal in California, Florida, Texas, and New York, and that wall will get built a fucking million feet high.
Let's put a kiosk in every 7-Eleven around the country, Steve.
Whether it's a 7-Eleven or a sanctioned bar, a franchise bar, or what like PT's is out here, somebody that's very sanctioned, that has their license to do it, and make it very simple. You might not start,
It's not a hard concept. It's common sense.
It's very simple. Las Vegas already has the blueprint. We've been doing it forever. As you guys seen, we let these fucking illegal fantasy football people, DraftKings and who else?
FanDuel.
And FanDuel. You watched what that's what legal sports book is in every city and state.
No more shout outs for them until they become a sponsor.
Correct.
Hey, DraftKings, FanDuel, where the hell are you?
I told you guys if you would have got with us for the movement of gambling and did what I said and promoted gambling and made a bill during your popularity, sports betting would already be legal and you guys would still be making hundreds of millions of dollars. So shout out to FanDuel for being the dumbest motherfuckers in the world for not getting with Steve Stevens.
There's a lot of people sleeping on the money out there. Don't you sleep on the money.
That is a fucking
fact. Give us a call. 877-220-6540. Don't you sleep on the money. Wake up to get your cake up like the boss says.
We're out here grinding. It cost William Hill 7-figure loss for that one single game.
Now let's slow down there for a second. Did you hear what he just said? Say it again.
William Hill alone lost 7 figures on that game.
Okay, people, the Nevada Sportsbook said that this football season...
Not to mention Cantor.
This football season has been the worst football season for the Nevada Sportsbooks in the history of taking bets. They've lost more money.
I'll tell you why.
They've lost more money this football season
Big money bets.
than any other football season in history.
And it's not you little guys out there making parlays and $100 bets either.
No.
It's from guys like me whacking $400,000 on the Clemson game when I'm normally betting 20, 30 grand.
They're getting crushed. They had their worst season ever. Now, to top it off, the icing on the cake, the college championship game this past Monday, Clemson and Alabama, just the William Hill book alone.
7 figures.
Lost 7 figures on that one game. They said, Steve, it's the worst hit.
Yeah, it is.
It's the worst hit they've taken on on one single sporting event ever.
You know why Caesars and Cantor won't comment? Because they're embarrassed. Because they got, like I said, real guys that take their licks, take them quietly, and they take the bad with the good and keep it moving. That's why they're not commenting, because I'm sure Cantor and everybody else got bent the fuck over. I know they did because I know.
Absolutely. we did some of the bending.
And I'd like to shout out on that specific game, even though we bet mid 6 figures and had a lot of people going big. Our bigger play on that game, the game that I gave to all of our clients, was the play without any shadow of a doubt, and that came in just as well. Here's
the bottom line of all this. There's a hell of a lot of people betting on sports.
Oh, yeah.
Wake up, okay? Wake up, politicians. Wake up, Donald Trump. Let's get this shit legalized. There's hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars.
They're doing it anyway, just like marijuana. Legalize it and tax it.
billions of dollars being wagered, and the Nevada sports books are getting pounded. Their ass is getting pounded more than Kim Kardashian.
And you know how hard that is. I mean, her ass has been so raw, she keeps Preparation Ace with her. You know what I mean? Well, now that she's married, she don't get fucked much. But more than Kim Kardashian in her single days.
Hey, the bottom line
or should we say Khloe, taking 2 NBA dicks down in the same week back to back?
The bottom line to all this, Steve, if you're out there listening right now and you're not getting your piece of this, shame on you. I mean, just shame on you.
It's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Get your piece of the pie, man.
Like I said, and I'm tired of paying 40% tax. I'm tired of paying all this fucking money to the government when they can make sports betting legal, not only just like in Las Vegas, but nationwide. Allow different spots. See, because out here, people think gambling's legal in everywhere you go. No, only in the casinos, different cantinas, Cantor, William Hill. Once it goes nationwide, just like PT's Pub, it'll even spread out here a little bit more and allow the average bar owner to have a machine, just like an ATM, where you can bet $500 game, get your ticket spit right out, and pay it. It's not going to be a big money maker for the bars. What it does is attract people to their bars and allows them to play the machines and order drinks.
Yeah, they'll get their little piece. They'll get their,
Guys, I don't know if you know this or not. 95% of people that bet sports lose their fucking ass week in and week out. They don't keep building casinos, and it doesn't keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger because people are winning. Do you fucking people understand that? It doesn't become a multi-billion-dollar industry because you guys are winning. The only people that are winning are guys like me.
The sharks.
Guys, the 5% of people that actually have connections, third generation born and raised, guys that make the lines here in Las Vegas, guys that have real connections, guys that actually bet 6 and 7 figures, and guys that have more connections and highly respected throughout the town.
That's the reason why.
Not some fucking guy sitting in his underwear in New York that thinks he can handicap.
The reason why the Nevada books have gotten crushed and had their worst season ever, the bets are getting larger from the sharps. The sharps are taking advantage more than ever, and they're making bigger bets, more consistent wagers, and finding, with the information age that we're in, finding mistakes frequently, more frequently than normal. Well, it's not from the public making $30 parlays.
And not only that, but when it comes down to sports betting is more of a finely tuned machine than the NFL. Why don't you guys worry about getting some referees that know what the fuck they're doing? Because betting on sports is pretty simple, isn't it, Skip?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty much an A, B equals C type equation, isn't it? Bill Sattler, director specialty games for Caesar Entertainment, said Clemson winning in a high-scoring game produced the worst loss in college football game he can remember.
Yeah,
because the over, every person in the world, what do they bet, Skip?
Clemson on the over.
Well, normally they bet the favorite and the over. Reason why the books got hit so hard and didn't get to go 50-50 is because everyone and their mom was on Clemson, which was a dog, and the over hit. So they got hit over the head pretty fucking hard as well.
And what really killed them, Steve, is that they got a lot of future money on Clemson all season long.
Yeah.
At 15-1, 12-1.
Yeah, that they had to pay out.
10-1. It kept going
People
down.
were mad.
8-1.
How many fucking people from Clemson were mad? I got in a scrap in the parking lot. Remember how mad those motherfuckers were?
Last year.
Yeah.
There was a lot of future money.
It was a redemption game, no doubt.
There was a lot of future money on Clemson at anywhere from 8-1 up to 15-1. And because they won the game outright, not just covered, but won the game outright, they had to pay all that future money at double digit to 1. And it just absolutely annihilated the books.
I want to be honest with you real quick. Can I keep it real?
Absolutely.
I want to give a shout out to football season. It's officially to the end. I had a great season this year, Skip, but from the bottom of my heart, I want to be honest with my fans, and I want to tell them one thing. This was one of the worst college football seasons that I've had. NFL, we're still steady strong at 68%, which is still not where we want to be, but better than everybody else in the world. We ended up we had weeks where we're hitting 78, but I just want to be honest, we hit 62% in college football last year, which, is not anywhere near where I wanted to hit.
We made some big scores. We hit the game of the year. We hit a lot of
We hit a
lot of big games.
Due to money management and discipline and hitting the... See, ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between a VIP play and owner selection and our personal plays.
Right.
See, this is what I tell people a lot of times. You could have a 25% winning ratio. Let's say you bet 4 games, okay, Skip? You bet $20,000 on 3 games. You're down $66,000. Bet you bet $100,000 on 1. You're still up money. You understand that? versus these guys that try to lose a game, double up, lose a game, double up. You can't do that shit.
No.
You can't keep doubling up. You got to play one game a day, bet the same amount of money on every single game, and when you get a personal play that comes around once a week or once every 3 weeks or 3 times a month, you got to pound it. Harder than Khloe Kardashian gets pounded from the NBA players. Harder than that. You know how hard that is.
You pound it.
You pound it, motherfucker. Anyway, it came to a close, but I'm honest with all my people. Even at 62%, I still would be willing to put that up against anybody else for the year. That's every day, every week, all year long, okay? It's playing 7 plays a week all year long.
Let's not mistake in this. I mean, there was plenty of money to be made.
Hold on, you didn't let me finish. Money-wise, we made...
You're just saying it could have been a little better in college football.
Correct, because check it out. 90% of bettors, Skip, have a battery life of 5 days. You know it. It's a laughing situation, but they don't know the business. They don't know us. What about the guys that get with you on the week where you have a 1-5 record or a 1-4 record?
Well,
They think you suck. They think you don't know what they're doing. They take their licks and they leave, rather than not knowing this is a business for grown-ups, not knowing it's a game for big boys, and you have to stay consistent with the money management and discipline.
Well,
see, here they leave and don't play next week, and a true player stays on, gets his money back, and he's off and running.
This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. How many times have we said it?
Like I said, it's a game for grown-ups. It's big boys. This isn't a one-week type gig.
Shout out to CJ from Iowa for coming into town, taking a quick $20,000 on Indiana Saturday, and just disappearing. Shout out to CJ.
So, you know, Skip, as bad as I felt about you getting stroked, because you haven't been stroked in a long time.
That's okay.
No, I know. I mean, like I said, we deal with the biggest people in the world.
I just wanted to give him a shout out because I know he listens to the podcast.
A Crows. Well, he's obviously a groupie. I don't know. I mean, he wanted to meet you more than anything.
Well, you come into town, you make $20,000 on the game, and you disappear all week.
And he ran.
Yeah.
So basically, once again, I don't know who's running faster right now. Chris Barr from the FBI and his restraining orders, or...
Well, the bad news for you is you cost yourself about $100,000. Because I know damn well you took...
Why would a guy run from a guy that made you $20,000?
I know you took the $20,000, probably went out and got yourself some blow and a couple of dirty...
Oh, at least you're smarter than the average bear.
You got yourself some blow.
Exactly what he did. Got some hoes.
You got a couple of dirty hookers that probably...
Robbed them.
Now your dick is swollen up and you got warts on your balls.
Even if he might have got high-priced hoes. Shout out to the hoes.
You probably let a pimp up in your room and you probably got fucking robbed. And who knows? Maybe you're laying in the desert somewhere.
Maybe he went face down, ass up, and his asshole's a little raw, literally.
I don't know what happened to you, brother, but you came into town. I give you a winner for $20,000 and you disappear for 3 days.
Yeah. Well, on the other side...
On the other side, how about a shout out to all the guys that were here all weekend? Picked up about 100...
Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, you know who you are.
AG.
Nothing but heat, homeboy. You know exactly who you are.
AG.
Making $340,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was betting $50,000 a game.
$210,000 on Saturday afternoon alone.
Shout out to Dr. Kim for
yeah.
making a $500,000, going 6-1, betting $100,000 a game over the last 5 days.
I know one thing. I haven't seen a smile on a guy that big.
That 4'8" in your entire life.
That guy's like 5. Hey, no disrespect, Mr. Kim, you're a monster.
His money's long, huh?
He's about 5'1", and his smile was about 6 foot. He was one happy man Saturday night.
He sure is, man.
Woo!
But like I said, I'm very blessed. I've been dealing with nothing but clients. We have more clients in town right now than ever. I want to give a shout out, Skip, to the sales force. A couple guys fell off. As you know, at football, a lot of the dialers fall off that were making $500 a week, guys that feed us, and they fall off because it's one of the hardest sales in the world. We're not going to sugarcoat it for the outbound salesman. See, we're lucky, Skip. All these other rooms and our competitors, they got to keep guys like that on hourly to try to get them a shout out to everybody selling a $7 new out there. Shout out to everybody sending a free text game out there. And you wonder why you're getting stroked and robbed?
10 days, $10.
Yeah, here's what we do. We get people that call us. We're blessed enough to get what, 80 inbounds a day. Hand half to the room. You and I whack up the other. And we make money with guys that call us.
Sort out the college kids.
So we're blessed. Well, yeah, that's the only problem you and I have is dealing with college kids that said they want a sack of my weed and they love my attitude. And I only have $80 on my credit card. You got to have a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? But on the same token, Skip, we also have an outbound room, and that's what I'm talking about. Some of our outbound guys, some of the 15 guys that are pounding 2-year-old paper, selling people $250 weeks of service with a legitimate company, licensed and bonded. They get a little tired after a while, and I want to give a shout out to the room because even though 6 people fell off, We wrote 115 news last week, and the room wrote more business last week than we have in a long time.
Yeah, almost 250.
Yeah, $231,000.
We don't need to talk about
$230,000. And hold on. That's selling deals, ladies and gentlemen. That's selling weekly packages. That's selling monthly subscriptions. That's selling seasons. That's taking people that owe us commission, making money. Now, understand, that's not my commissions. That's what the room wrote in sales. You want to talk about what Steve Stevens and Big Skipper brought in?
Led by the general, I might say.
Now, Skipper's in charge of...
General Skip.
Skip's in charge of running the whole room and make sure all their money... Skip's money's connected to the room's money because, after all, they sell news and then they talk to Skip. My Whales is completely separate. Have to say we're going on a multi-seven-figure month from December 12th till January 12th.
The last 30 days have been amazing. With all the bowl games...
but I've earned it, Skip. I've never asked $1. Listen, I told you guys before, when you started off as a $250 player, lying to us, saying that you were betting 3, but you were really betting 1,000. Then you ended up realizing how good we are, so you trusted us, and you bet 3, 4, 5,000. Then you built the confidence up to come to town 30 days later with 20,000, let us turn it into 60. Then you went back home, we built a rapport with you. You knew it's a marathon and not a sprint. Make you 10, 20,000 a week at home, then you come out with 100,000. And all of a sudden, you're a whale.
It's a progression.
And didn't I tell you guys that all I need you to do is trust me and let me do my job? That's all I asked you to do. Didn't I tell you that I don't get paid unless you do? So now we're working with these guys on commission, worked our way to the top and making a ton of money. And I told you, I'd never take $1 from you unless I A, earned or B, deserved it.
Yep.
And people are happy to pay in this industry when people make money, because the hardest thing about this, there's so many people that talk good out there but can't perform. No, you're talking a VIP.
This takes two people that trust one another and someone that knows how to win.
Now,
you can trust the Big Skipper. I can trust you. This guy knows how to win. So give me a call and get paid.
But
period.
The reason why I was being honest with a low football season, because, you know, if I insult myself, and I want to let you guys know, if you've taken a lick, if you're not happy, if some things have went wrong in your personal life or your job and you're not happy, don't let it fucking keep you keep your fucking head up, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, we had a slow year. We made our people a ton of fucking money. But I have to honestly say, to toot my own horn, I'm hitting 79% in college basketball all year long right now. I'm hot as a pistol. I'm hotter than fish grease. I'm hotter than a chicken Caesar salad fart coming out of any Kardashian woman's household. I'm talking about games that get the fucking job done. Games that...
College basketball is...
I don't really know how to explain it, guys. If you're not calling me and you're not dealing with me right now, you're out of your fucking mind.
Moving out of college football into college basketball.
Yeah, let's move on to college basketball, where I'm making more money. Yeah. If anybody in the world says they have a higher percentage than me, anybody says they're dealing with bigger clients or making more money than me in college basketball right now, make sure you look them in the eye when they tell you that. That way they know exactly, you know what they look like when they're lying. Because nobody's hitting more than us. No one's winning more than us. All you got to do is call. I can show you better than I can tell you.
College basketball is an absolute gold mine, and it's going to be for the next 90 days, straight through the Final Four. If you're not...
It's money. It's every day. Wouldn't it be fair to say that it's everyday money from now until April?
Every day, from now until the Final Four weekend. Correct. The next 90 days is an absolute gold mine.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen.
There's 150 different college basketball teams out there. There's no way you can keep up on that on your own.
Everyday money.
There's no way you can do it.
It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. There's too many games, too many injuries, too many fucking drugs and things involved, and sanctions and disciplinary acts that you just can't keep up with, like Skip said. That's our job, to stay aggressive, to stay focused, and more importantly, have information on what's going on today. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Like I said, I'm not a statistician. I don't have a degree in sports. Once again, I can't tell you who won the Super Bowl in 1954, and frankly, don't give a fuck. Has nothing to do with winning games against the spread today. What I do is I win more games against the spread than anybody in the world, period. I love when these guys claim to be world-class handicappers, some of these guys out there that claim to do what I do. And then on their Instagram, they're in Mexico partying, they're over here, they're over here, they're over here. Motherfucker, what you are is a professional sports bettor. Don't you think there's a difference between a guy that bets sports and a guy like ourselves who has a sports consultant company that has 40 salesmen that does 411 orders a week and millions of dollars in business? I mean, who are you going to call? A guy on Twitter that puts on a ticket, that parties and tries to get on reality shows like a fag? Or a guy that has a sports consultant room of 40 salesmen that sells 100 news a day and does $250,000 a week in business, not counting any of my commission money or bets that I make on my own.
Consulting the biggest players in the world.
Consulting the biggest players in the world. Watch your mouth, motherfuckers, when you say you're sports consultants. You're little dick guys on Twitter that bet sports. You're sports bettors, and not even good ones at that, okay? So play your fucking role before you get the shit slapped out of you, because you're giving a guy like me that's sports consultants a bad fucking name, all right? Bottom line. Let's go and get some games that have been winning against the spread in college basketball, Skip. South Dakota, which if anybody out there tells me that they've been on them, you're lying once a fucking again. South Dakota against the spread's 13-4, Skip. Are you making any money if you played them the last 17 games?
You're making money if you're betting South Dakota.
Creighton 12-4, which Creighton, from the bottom of my heart, I want to give a shout out. A couple of our big money games, because we don't post everything, and we won't. We got nothing to prove. We have a lot of players that don't want to be on social media, that don't want no pictures taken.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd have to say most of the guys that I have, the majority that we've had lately aren't like Brandon or our youngsters that like to get pictures and kick it still. Mm-hmm. So Creighton has paid me dearly. Creighton has paid me 7 figures.
The Creighton Blue Jays have been very profitable. Again, last night, very profitable, the Creighton Blue Jays.
Kentucky at 12-4 against the spread. Now remember, these are games against the spread. These are games that get you paid. Remember, you can't bet with your heart when you're playing with cream. And when I'm playing with cream, I don't have a favorite team, Skip. It's all about who's going to pay. I don't care if it's a pissing contest or a cockroach race. As long as I got the information and it pays, it's all that matters.
And this ain't a dream when you're playing with cream.
It's a fucking reality.
Yeah.
We're looking to get fucking paid, okay? Like I said, this ain't fantasy football. It's reality. You're putting up your hard-earned money, and you're looking to get fucking paid.
And like I said, when it comes to college basketball, with all these teams out there, you can't do it on your own. There's more variables in college basketball than there is in Algebra 2.
Correct. Why
you just can't do it on your own.
Why everybody's out there betting West Virginias and Dukes and Syracuse, we're pounding out South Dakotas and Creightons. You know what I mean?
You're not going to find that shit on your own.
No. Marshall, 11-3. I'm just keep your eyes open, guys. And Villanova, 11-6.
Nova.
Cal State San Marcos men's basketball team. Stephon Payne is a 31-year-old man freshman on a team of 18 to 20-year-olds. You hear this fucking story?
Now
Let's start from the beginning on this.
Slow down a second and listen to this story.
Cal State San Marcos men's basketball team.
Now, nobody's ever heard of Cal State San Marcos.
No, I've never bet Cal State San Marcos in my motherfucking life.
That's because they're not even on the board. It's not a team that there's a line out on. It's a small college.
You know what? I don't know what would be funnier. Remember when, what's the guy's name, Skip? Come on, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, what the fuck was his name?
I can't remember.
What the fuck was his name?
I can't remember.
Anyway, go ahead.
Cal State San Marcos.
He said he was on Bethune.
Bethune-Cookman on the over.
A game that there's never a total on. What was the guy company's name? It wasn't the Wiz. It was.
It was a soldier. The Irish, Jewish soldier.
Oh my God! Yeah,
but
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
What he's talking, what he's trying to say right now, people, it's an inside little joke. There was a handicapper out there that calls himself.
He advertises on Scores and Odds.
He calls himself a professional sports tout.
It says Breaking Vegas.
He said his big play was on the over in the Bethune-Cookman game. There wasn't even a total on the
And there never is.
There wasn't even a line on the Bethune-Cookman game.
So it was an inside joke. I was thinking to myself, I don't know what would be funny. That motherfucker giving me that game or CSSM.
Right.
But go ahead. Anyway, there's a 31-year-old freshman. Skip, tell him the story.
Stephon Payne is a 31-year-old gentleman. He's a freshman on a team with a bunch of 18 to 20-year-olds. He's actually an active duty staff sergeant in the military. He's a 14-year veteran of the Marines. Shout out to that, Semper Fi.
Goddamn right. God bless America.
He's had 8 deployments. I mean, the guy's a beast. A 14-year Marine, 8 deployments.
He's seen some things.
Yeah, we're laughing right now, but that's no fucking joke right there.
No, it really isn't.
Yeah, 14-year Marine, 8 deployments. Shout out and thank you, Mr. Payne. But he always wanted to play basketball for a college basketball team. So he got his dream come true. He's 31 years old. He's been married for 5 years. He's got a wife, and their first child is on the way, or they just gave birth, I believe, to their first child. The guy's a beast, but he's an active duty staff sergeant, Steve, and he has begun the Marine Officer Commissioning Program. So he's going to school. He's getting paid by the Marines to go to college to become a commissioned officer.
But you can't do this in the NCAA. There's an age limit, I think it's 26.
Well, he's looking to become a second lieutenant, and he's on his way to leading warriors in the battlefield like he's been doing most of his life. But he is a 31-year-old freshman. He's playing basketball for Cal State San Marcos, Steve.
Listen, we're not Dan Patrick or Rich Eisen. We don't have 14 researchers doing all our research for us to act like we know everything. So the question I'd have to say of the day is, for you guys out there, what is the age limit in NCAA to be able to play on college basketball? I guarantee it's not 30.
Well, this is a small community school.
I understand, but my question is, what is the legal age? 26? What is the oldest freshman you can be in NCAA?
I don't even know. And let me know, because I'm thinking about going back.
I was just going to say, fuck.
I mean, I'm going to can I still redshirt?
My weed dealer's fucking 29. He's one of the baddest motherfuckers at 24-Hour Fitness, dunking on people sideways. Had to go to penitentiary during his college years, but he's out now.
Well, I'm not going to play any basketball, but I mean, if you can get me on, I mean, I'll walk on. Maybe I can,
I'm walking on the fucking baseball team. Fucking, I'm balling, huh?
I think I can still hit a baseball.
So if there's no age limit, get the big skipper out there catching for fucking Cal State San Marcos or whatever?
Yeah, let's give it a shot, man.
Steve Stevens seems to be on the team, baseball team at Cal State San Marcos.
Big skipper. I'm a grandfather, man.
Don't put me on the team. I'll get some inside information like a motherfucker. Huh? We're not playing too good, guys.
Oh, shit. Hey, we'll be Pete Rose in it, right?
Oh, goddamn right.
God.
I don't give a fuck. Look, fuck the Hall of Fame. Give me my money. Pete Rose still has an attitude. Shout out to Pete Rose, being one of the worst football sports bettors I've ever seen in my life. In a pair of white silk pants with some fucking ostrich cowboy boots with one of the meanest attitudes I've ever seen. If you guys want to know how Pete Rose is today, he's still betting and losing on football games. And if you fuck with him, listen, you come up to Pete Rose and ask for an autograph after he just lost $30,000 on the Raiders, you're liable to get in a scrap. He still has an attitude, and he's fucking mad as fuck when he loses.
And if you want to see Pete Rose, he sits in the forum shops over here at Caesars.
All the fucking time, looking for some extra. He goes right from there.
Signing autographs all day long.
Goes right from there to the book.
Yeah, I love Pete Rose. I mean, he's a beast. He's one of my childhood heroes, and I love the guy, but I'm a little pissed off he wouldn't talk to Right Side, because Right Side was walking through the mall the other day, and he tried to go up to Pete, say hello, let him know he's a Phillies fan. You know, just he didn't even really want an autograph.
So he didn't even acknowledge your son.
Right Side didn't even want an autograph. He just was walking over just to say hello and let him know, hey, you know, me and my dad are Phillies fans, man. We love you, Pete Rose, 1980 Phillies, yeah, baby. And he wouldn't even talk to him, man. You want to buy something? You want to sign something?
I see both sides.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, is it?
But then I know he's being bothered all day. I get it.
You should know more than anybody.
I get it.
How many times you've been in the book with one of your clients with six figures and you get a drunk fucking $200 player calling out your name?
You're right.
Are you happy?
Well,
but with your son...
Right Side wasn't drunk. He's a 16-year-old fucking kid.
Charlie Hustle, kids. I learned from you.
He's a 16-year-old kid. Just wanted to say hello.
I understand.
You know?
So I see both sides.
But I get it. He's getting bombarded by everybody. I get it.
So, like I said, let's get into college basketball, Skip, like what's impressive, what's not. Do you want to go over everything or any type of stats? Besides, the only reason why I went over who's covering the spread is because for us, it's all that matters. I'm not doing an ESPN show where I'm here to give people stats on every single play on the board. The only thing that you're going to get from my show is you're going to learn how to be the best sports bettor in the world. You're going to learn money management and discipline, one game a day, not every day, and you're going to learn the lingo and how to be a better sports bettor. You're going to learn how to bet certain games. And the only thing you're going to hear from my show are games that you need to hear about, period. Need to know information, period.
One thing we don't do is, like he said, we're not sports.
I'm not here to school you on every fucking game.
We're not going to sit here and go over the scores for the last 48 hours. We're not going to go over all kinds of stats. We're not going to talk about, you know, different players and how good they are and, you know, they got a broken ankle and this and that and the other thing. We're going to give you some common sense knowledge about sports betting from a general standpoint. And if you want to really know how to win, you're going to have to call us, talk to us personally, and let us walk you through it so there's no mistakes, so you can get your piece of the big pie.
We do this podcast to show people how to get their fair share of a multi-billion-dollar industry. We clown around, we have fun, but it's the way of getting our message out to, ladies and gentlemen, in order for someone to imitate success, someone has to be successful, and that's me. You got 99 out of 100 people on Twitter and Instagram claiming to be this, claiming to be that. Anybody that calls you up and tells you that, you know, they know a guy that knows a guy that knows another guy, that guy don't know shit. And I just want to let you know, I want to make you a better sports bettor. It's a billion-dollar industry, and we're constantly collecting, and there's enough money for all of us. I want to make you a second income, bottom fucking line.
Now, that being said, we got NFL playoffs again this weekend.
Well, that's what I'm excited about. Let's be real, Skip.
I do have a few things to talk about.
Let's get into NFL.
Some of these matchups, I got a couple things to tell you.
Big underdogs coming through, that's for fucking sure. We got the NFL divisional round, but more importantly, when you say that this is the best year or best time of the year, Let's explain to these people why you say that. Because you get to watch football games with snow coming on the ground. You get to sit by the fireplace and watch a grown man's game of some hard-hitting motherfuckers. And at the same time, being able to pick and choose with 100 games a day and how to get easy money in basketball. Am I reading your mind? Is that why this is the best time of the year?
Well, what you were talking about as far as the dog goes, last week, Steve, in Wild Card Weekend,
Yeah.
all 4 home favorites covered, and they covered big.
Giganto.
In pretty much blowout fashion.
Absolute blowout winners.
Now, here's the crazy thing. This week, all those teams are dogs on the road.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Big underdogs this week, Skip.
You got 3 out of 4 Super Bowl quarterbacks this week, Steve, are dogs.
Well, I mean, you got Houston Texans open as 16-point underdogs. I understand the Patriots are superstars, but even if you fuck up, give up a touchdown, 16 is a lot. I don't like Houston. They're a fraud. However, I do like their quarterback, and I say and stand by it. If Osweiler was still quarterbacking for Denver Broncos, we'd be talking about them in the playoffs right now.
Well, the thing that blows my mind this week is that 3 Super Bowl quarterbacks are dogs this week. I mean, you got...
Can you name them?
Well, of course. You got Russell Wilson is getting 5 points this week against Atlanta. You got Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben's in the fucking house.
Ben Roethlisberger getting 1 or 1.5 in Kansas City. And you got Aaron Rodgers getting 4.5 down in Dallas. I mean... You got Super Bowl quarterbacks, 3 of them that are getting points this week on the road.
What game you want to talk about? You want to go right to Saturday with Seattle +5 at Atlanta with a total of 51.
Yes,
Seattle's plus $1.90 on the money line. Talk about that game for me a little bit, Skip, for these people. What do you see here? You see a high-scoring game? Do you see Seattle coming on and starting to score? I mean, they're in a dome.
I'm going to try to not...
Seattle has their hands full is all I can fucking tell you.
I'm going to try not to give out a whole lot here, but let me just...
Atlanta was my team from the beginning, Skip. I'm going to have to stay strong with that.
Atlanta was one of your sleepers. We both had 2 sleepers in the beginning of the year.
Yes, sir.
Yours was Minnesota. The quarterback went down, so I'll give you a pass there. And the other one was Atlanta, who was looking like they got a shot in the NFC.
Which you had Detroit.
Yes, I did. And
Miami,
they choked last week, Detroit. No, I had Detroit and Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay. Let's move on. Talk to me a little about Saturday's game. What's this looking like?
The first game on Saturday, Seattle is in Atlanta. The line opened up. Atlanta was -3.5.
In a dome where you can score.
Now it's up to 5.
Yeah.
Okay. The total opened up at 49.5. Now it's up to 51.
So once again, the public's betting the favorite in the over.
Yes, they are. Let me say a couple
Watch out for traps. Just because you've seen a line movement doesn't mean it's real.
There's a couple things about this game. Seattle has only been an underdog twice this year, Steve. Okay? They covered both of those games.
I was just going to say, what was their stat on that? So as an underdog, they've been an underdog twice.
Only twice.
And covered both times. I like that.
Let me tell you where they were.
So they're undefeated.
Okay? They were an underdog when they played the Patriots in New England. They were +7.5, and they beat them outright. Beat the Patriots outright.
That was...
On their own field.
There was some stuff going on there.
They were a 2.5-point dog when they went to play Arizona down in Arizona. That game ended up in a tie. However, they did cover because they were getting 2.5.
Okay.
So only 2 times this year were they road dogs. Only 2 times were they dogs at all. Both times they were on the road, and both times they covered. So 2-0 against the spread. The 2 times they were getting points.
Right.
Now let me say this about Seattle, and this is one important thing I want to mention about this game. They average 22 points a game for the season. However, on the road, they're only averaging 15 points a game. They're a totally different team on the road.
Read between the lines, guys.
Now, Seattle, everybody thinks defense when you talk about Seattle, right? Seattle averages giving up 18 points a game. However, when they play on the road, they give up an average of 25
I was just going to say
game.
26, 27 for sure.
Okay, so there's a touchdown difference with the Seattle team when they go on the road.
Just on the road alone.
In offense and in defense. Okay, so normally they average 22 points a game for the season. They're only averaging 15 points a game on the road, Steve.
Well, that's why they put the total at 51 and not 40. Totals, hey, listen, if you don't know what you're doing, you could get eaten up fucking live with that line.
And a defense that's only given up 18 points all year long, when you look at their the whole season.
Correct.
However, the road games are giving up an average of 25 points a game. So they're a touchdown worse on the road, both on offense and on defense.
I love it.
Okay.
You got anything else on that?
Yes, I do. The Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Out of their 16 games this year,
they've made us a lot of fucking money. I know that.
14 of them have gone over.
And we've had 13 of them minimum.
14 out of the 16 Atlanta Falcon games this year have gone over the total. They've only scored under 23 points once all year. wow. I mean, this team scores, this team covers. However, the thing you got to be careful about with Atlanta, Steve, only 3-5 against the spread, those 8 games at home this year.
You got to look out for that, I tell
Did
you
you hear
what.
what I said?
Yeah, I heard you.
3-5 against the spread at home this year.
Yeah.
Okay, they cover and they score. However, out of the 8 games at home this year, they've only covered 3 times. They're actually a better covering team on the road.
Well, we're going to see that matchup, and like I said, it should be a
You
nice...
want to know what's going to happen? Give us a call.
It's going to be a hard-hitting game. I'm looking forward to it for sure. Sunday, it's going to be a cold one. When you got the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 1.5 at Kansas City, disrespecting Pittsburgh 110%. I could go off and on and, with a total of 44. This is a game I don't want to get in too much, Skip. It's a game I have tremendous amount of money on. But go ahead and give a breakdown on those 2 teams on what you see there.
I'm just going to say a couple things about
Give some stats.
Pittsburgh in Kansas City on Sunday. It's the first game Sunday. We all know Kansas City is a very tough place to play on the road. The line opened up. Steelers were actually -1 when this game opened up. Now they're +1 or +1.5.
Well, Seattle fans think their team is finally playing. I think they're playing
Kansas City, yeah. Kansas City.
Kansas City. Think they're finally up to par and going where they need to be, which they're not. So.
Yeah, the total opened up at 46.5. It's come down to 44. Let me tell you why.
Is Kansas City as strong as they started the year?
Kansas City's pretty tough.
I'm just saying. Are they as healthy as they were in the beginning of the year?
They seem to be.
Well, then you know what?
If anybody's,
they're going to be a team to be fucked with.
Listen, if anybody's banged up, it's Pittsburgh. Okay, Pittsburgh. I mean, you got Big Ben walking around with a boot on his leg. He's got a sore ankle. The whole team is banged up. Okay. That being said,
who do you think's getting banged up more, Ariana Grande from the weekend, or Seattle's defense?
Ariana Grande. Now, speaking of only being a dog once or twice, like we were talking about, Seattle's only been a dog twice.
Yes, sir.
The Steelers have only been a dog once this year, Steve. Can you believe that?
Actually, I can.
And guess what? Of course, when they played New England, just like Seattle was a dog when they played New England.
All right.
Pittsburgh was +7 when they played New England, and they lost that game 27-16 and did not cover. There's just 2 things I want to say about this matchup. Pittsburgh Steelers, 8 road games this year, 6 of them have been under. 6-2 to the under on the 8 road games for Pittsburgh, and out of the 8 home games this year for Kansas City, 6 of them have been under. So are you noticing a little trend here?
Yeah, there might be, guys.
Pittsburgh 6-2 to the under on the road. Kansas City 6-2 to the under when they're at home. One other thing I want to say about this matchup, and this means a lot. Pittsburgh has not been away from Pittsburgh since December 18th.
Yeah, I seen that. They've been real cuddly by the fire, shooting off a lot of nuts on their fucking wives and girlfriends.
Yes, they have. Pittsburgh has not left Pittsburgh since a week before Christmas, okay? They have not been away from Pittsburgh in almost 30 days, people.
Yeah, I don't know who's shooting off more, the Pittsburgh Steelers or the fucking shooting range that's right here behind our office.
Yeah, now that being said, I mean, the Steelers are a covering team. I mean, they covered 6-1-1.
Skip, you're more in your zone when you're at home comfortable than on the road nervous. I like it.
Hey, listen, brother.
When I'm at the house, I'm more comfortable than being nervous on the road.
Don't try to read between the lines. 877-220-6540. Invest a couple of dollars. I'm not looking to rob your credit card.
We can show you better than we can tell you.
I'm not looking to have you mortgage your house just so you can work with me. Give me a call and let's make
some money to make.
Let's make some money this weekend, and I'll tell you exactly where to put your money in these divisional playoff round games.
Because I sure as fuck ain't gonna be here. I got clients. I got so many clients booked in town right now. I got to go somewhere as soon as we leave.
It's been
and they're
crazy.
betting huge on. You know what I noticed? Our whales are betting bigger now on NBA and college basketball than I think they ever have.
They're making their big bets in college hoops.
Yeah, they used to slow down. Now they're going.
Which is what we should be doing.
Because you know why? We show them the winning. And the hardest thing is for an average sports bettor to get off betting football in the sports they like. Why is it so hard to take a stubborn sports bettor and show them teams that win? It's all about the fucking money. It doesn't matter about nothing else, man. Keep your jersey and your chicken wing habit for fucking your fetish. Keep the money making us. The game that you didn't discuss, which is going to be my favorite game, is Green Bay +4 at the Dallas Cowboys. And here's a good thing that I love about this game. I love what Dak's done with Dallas. Dallas has been a solid fucking team. I want to see him go far. I'm not a fan of them. I just love the team that they have this year. And here's the thing that I love about it. They're playing in Dallas. So there's going to be no excuse with playing in the cold in Green Bay. Dak is going to be able to perform at his best. You're at home. So you're going to get 100% Dallas versus a Green Bay team who Aaron Rodgers obviously is made up with the woman that's fucking with his head because he's playing a little bit better now. He's shoveling his own snow, like he said on Dan Patrick.
talk about a team that's banged up. I mean, last weekend at Lambeau Field, it was freezing cold there. I mean, it was -2 wind chill. They were carting people off that field, Steve, just one after another.
I seen it.
I mean, Green Bay has got to be sore. They got to be banged up. They're playing in -2-degree wind chill weather. They, like I said, they were carting people off left and right in that game.
Bottom line is this game right here isn't going to be as close as you think.
I think Green Bay's sore, and I think they're tired.
I think we have a play on this game that's going to really knock your socks off. Like I said, don't let the players be the only ones to get paid. Don't let the guy sitting on the sideline make more money than you. You deserve your fair share. Anyway, the only thing we have an exciting fucking weekend of football. We'll leave it at that. I got a little bit of news, though. The L.A. Chargers, San Diego Chargers. Chargers chairman Dean, what do you think about this, Mr. Spanos over there?
What do I think about
Well,
it?
he's calling an 8 a.m. staff meeting for Thursday, at which time he's expected to inform his employees that the franchise is moving from San Diego, its home of 56 years, to Los Angeles.
Listen, anybody that knows anything about the Big Skip, I'm from Philadelphia.
I got inside information on that move, by the way, if you want to hear about it.
Yes, I am from Philadelphia, and yes, I do root for the Eagles. However, I'm a Charger fan, and I've been a San Diego Charger fan since I'm about 7 or 8 years old. I was a fan of Dan Fouts, Air Coryell, and I loved that whole team back in the 80s when I was growing up. I'm a Charger fan since I was a little kid.
Well, congratulations, Skip.
Well, you asked me how the fuck I felt
Congratulations.
You asked me how I felt about the fucking move, Steve, and I'm trying to fucking tell you.
Let's go.
You struck a funny bone with me. I am no longer a fucking Chargers fan. Spanos, you can go fuck yourself. You're leaving.
I knew this was coming.
I don't support shit in L.A.
There's the real answer.
I don't like the Lakers. I don't like the fucking Dodgers. And I don't like the fucking Rams since they went back to L.A. And I sure as fuck ain't gonna like the Chargers. Have I said fuck enough?
I love it.
You struck a funny bone with
I
me.
wanted you to tell.
How do I feel about the Chargers?
That's the answer.
How do I feel about the Chargers going to L.A.? I'm no longer a fan of the San Diego Chargers. I've been a Charger fan for 40 years, and I'm done with you. How's that? I'm now a 100% Eagle fan. Carson Wentz all the way. Fuck the Chargers. Have fun in L.A.
I love it, and that's it. That's the answer. That's all I was asking for.
Now.
But now let me tell you a few things. There's a little bit of political moves here that you really don't know about. That bases on getting our Las Vegas team. Deep down, whether you know this or not, San Diego would love to be in Las Vegas. The owner would love to have his Las Vegas team.
Now, that would be cool.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say, Skip. It goes a little bit deeper than that because even the LA Raiders, the reason why the Raiders have to come in here is just to establish a team for NFL in general. I don't feel like we're going to be the Raiders forever, do you? Like, for instance, we get an NFL team, they make us the Raiders. The reason why this has to get done is just to add Las Vegas as a professional team because all the owners want it. Mm-hmm. So let me just explain an incident. The Raiders could come to Las Vegas real quick for our stadium, become the Raiders, and they can instantly go right back to Oakland in 3 years and go back to the Oakland Raiders, but it at least allows Las Vegas to have a team for San Diego to buy it, for anybody out there in the open market who wants it, which I bet your ass, if you were an NFL owner, you wouldn't mind having Vegas as your team, would you?
No.
So anyway, a little bit of Kardashian news. Jewel heist suspects, after months of no arrest in the case of Kim Kardashian being held at gunpoint and having over $6 million in jewelry stolen and a cucumber and a Peruvian cucumber shoved up her ass.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, and bound and gagged and liked it. Mm-hmm. French authorities pressed charges against 4 men Thursday in connection to the case. One being a 63-year-old man, IDs as a Eunice A. Eunice is reportedly facing charges of armed robbery in an organized gang, kidnapping, and criminal association. Cops have also requested he stay locked up in their custody for the time being. The others are facing complicity charges. These are the first of 17 men arrested in connection to the crime who have been formally charged. Reportedly, Eunice has been Kim's regular limo driver in Paris and was able to have an advanced schedule of Kim's plan.
So
it was an inside job, just like we knew it was off the bat.
So the 63-year-old limo driver from Paris that she uses frequently set her up.
Pretty much.
Set her up like a bowling pin.
Like I said, it is what it is. They got arrested. Like I said, no one deserves.
If she was tied and gagged, do you think there was anything else going on there?
I think her butthole got tampered with. I think they ran a train on her. You want me to lie? I think the limo driver got some head.
Hey, who wants to waste being tied up and gagged?
No, that's why I say she figured if I'm already tied up in gab, I want to drop a tear. Go ahead and fuck me from the back.
Yeah.
Make it pleasurable. If you're my sources tell me when she got gagged and bound, all she asked was, "You at least fuck me."
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, shout out to Clemson for winning the national championship. You guys played a hard game. The quarterback took a beating and still stayed strong. Shout out to Armed Force Radio Network. Shout out to Paperhead for coming aboard with VIP Sports. More importantly, Celebrity Boxing, Soldier Boy Chris Brown, you guys get it on. God bless you. Shout out to all the sports books who have tampons in right now to stop the bleeding from their ass over the biggest single game loss that they can remember in a long, long time. College basketball is in full effect. Some teams that are winning against the spread: South Dakota, Creighton, and Kentucky. It's pretty much all you need to know. NFL playoffs are here. I couldn't be more excited. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the most festive time in the world to get paid. It's a new year. Put your mind on your money on your mind. The Christmas tree is gone. Obviously, the Christmas kush isn't, because I'm fucking stuttering on my words. The Christmas tree is gone. The Christmas lights are down. It's time to feed your family. It's time to make 2017 the best year you've ever had. I want you to work hard as you possibly can at your craft. No matter what it is you do, give it 110%. Focus on being the best you can be, and let me make you a second income. I don't want you to watch games. I want you to treat it as a numbers game. This is your year, and I want to help you make a second income. If for some reason you don't call me, I still want you to have the best year you've ever had in your entire life. Why? Because you deserve it. On behalf of VIP Sports, the Big Skipper, Team VIP, we love you. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you.
I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things. It must be the money talking. It must be the money talking.
It's Steve Stevens, I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat, I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the ghost float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Poppin' bub in the club, so twisted. My pops keeps telling me to go get it. So I'm at the sports book, betting big on the Clippers. I'm talking about 5 figures, I need a few shots of liquor. Might need another zipper if the bomb play me. Fuck around and put a $500,000 on Tom Brady. When it comes to betting sports, Steve Stevens a beast. Need a certified winner called VIP Sports. Got too many felonies to ride around with my Glock, so sure to keep it since I got shot in Vegas like Pop. Hearing that.